Salutations! My name is Kartosael and welcome to another episode of Thaumic Craft. So we are out in the open. I went actually to explore, hoping to find some big white trees I forgot the name of, so I could get saplings and stuff, but I found this instead. I don't know how to call this. I think it's a mound, but they spawn rarely. I'm not quite sure where they spawn. This is in a plain. Not quite sure if they spawn in other places, but to get inside you need to knock out these two iron bars. You get this, you can already hear there are zombies in here, because there's a spawner. In fact, there are two spawners, the other one's a skeleton one. Oh dear. This sword is really nice for tight quarters. Just light this up. Oh, then where is he? I can hear them. Where are they? Come on. Are you outside? But then you would burn, right? Is there a tunnel? Yeah, I got a couple of new foci, including this one. Nope, that's pretty far away. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is so bad for the frame rate. Opening all these portals. Where are they spawning? Oh. It doesn't allow me to do that. Hello. Oh wow, you're an angry guy. So, brains. Huh. So this one I used in the creation of that alchemical laboratory as well. So what? It was trapped? Well, it didn't do any sufficient damage, but I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, apparently it is. So, Thaumic, really? I never saw that in chest before. I'm gonna take it all. Ooh, knowledge fragments. Paper, amber. I don't really need eyes. Actually, I don't really need these. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. This focus is so nice. What you got? Sinister bright. Draw. This focus allows you to fly. Well, kind of. It's not really flying, it's more like falling in style, but it works really well if you want to explore long distances. Travel long distances to explore. So I'm going back to base and I'll see you guys there. Alright, we're back at base. A couple of things have changed, but first and foremost, these things I've been collecting. You can do this, but I have no idea what this is good for, to be honest. Because in the last version, this research could only be gotten by this way. That's a really strange sentence, isn't it? But what it does now, I have no idea. And I have no idea what to do with this. Maybe the Thaumic says something about it. Let's see. But if you gather enough of them together, you might gain unique research. Use research if you cannot be gained through normal means. Okay, so unknown knowledge is what exactly? I don't know. Alright, I was decomposing some carrots here. Or whatever term is used for that. So, I also changed up the fishing area, made it a bit bigger, added another fishing bot. I'm not really sure why, but I did. I think Smeagol's angry at me. No, he's not. Alright. Because if you kill other packs, I believe they're called packs. No. The packs, I suppose. They get angry and they want to kill you. But eventually he got over it, apparently. And well, that's all good and all. Kind of changed this thing up a bit. Added a lot more jars. I was actually in the process of generating some sand. Turn cobble into gravel, gravel into sand, and sand into glass, eventually. As you can see, I collected a water node. And yeah, this one does seem to be regenerating, albeit very slowly. He is regenerating. Oh, he's normal and pale. When did that happen? Amazing. So I can, no, not punch this node. So I can change this thing out with a normal one soonish. But this one, it might not be in the hundreds, but it is a bright. All the other ones are normal pale. Yeah, I do have a normal one. So normal is just normal. Normal recharge rate. Pales recharge slower. Brights recharge faster. So it might. I think it's 97 that it can hold. I hope you don't hear that. That's something outside. But it recharges faster than the other one. So I'm also trying to create a fire one. That's right, create. As you can just see, this one started at 57, I believe, and this at 36. And they're draining this poor node. Which might not have been extremely clever, because this is normal, that's normal, but this one's pale. Anyway, maybe that one will eventually gather enough power. Maybe that one will. But this is a very slow process, but as far as I tested it, they do keep that value. So if I drain it, it will recharge to 62. And in that way I can create, because I couldn't find any very big igneous nodes. I also think about changing up this room. I did accidentally found out that you can put these crystals on any surface. So yeah, this looks kind of cool. But I went into creative to see just how far this can reach. How far away does it draw essentia? How far away can it take items off a pedestal? Well, if this is the center, then it can draw essentia in a 25 by 25 square around it. So 13 that way, 13 that way, including the center. Pedestals, they are in a 17 by 17. So 9 that way. Yes, and 9 that way, if this one included. And I do think I'm going to change this room, make it a lot bigger. Just because this is very cramped and hard to keep oversight. I don't know if oversight is the right word. I didn't really. Oh wait. Well, is that gone? Oh, anyway. So I think I'll change up this entire room, but that will be off camera. Because yeah, that's just breaking and building a room. I mean, come on. This thing we discovered last time or the time before that. The Wand Focus Primal. Now, in the Thaumic, it actually says it's kind of madness to create this thing. But it does beg further study, so I'm making it. Probably regretting it. Let's put you in there. And yeah, you need to be charged. They all need to be charged. Actually, now that thingamajig, that it's no longer fading, which is literally before I started recording it wasn't. I can with ease charge this thing up. So I'm going somewhere where it's safe to test that primal focus. Going to charge up my wand. my staff and my necklace, and I'll be back with you. Alright, we're on a small piece of plains here. We've got mountains over there and forest all around, so if anything goes wrong we're pretty shielded in. So it says it takes a random amount of this, of every kind. Hey, and there are targets to practice on. So what does this do? Oh! Oh. Oh, it's not very accurate. Or the shield, or the sheep is shielding itself with its mind. Boom! From what I've heard, seen, read, you can actually scan this guy. Oh wow, new clue for research. In fact, I haven't even scanned the orb. That. Oh! I picked up, didn't I? Yes, I did. But yeah, the orb I shot that way exploded there. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said it was unpredictable. But still, man. Yeah. So let's get back to base and see what that research note was all about. So if you look at our Thaumic, oh, what's this? Missing research. What kind of research do I need for this? I got a clue, but I'm still missing research. But if I look around, I've completed all this entire page, and this page also completed, this page also completed. I believe I even completed this page. Well, looks like it. Well, research application, I haven't done that one yet. Well, I need these staffs, but they cost so much instrumentum each. Look, I already don't have enough of that. But I'm going to try and get all of those and see if that helps to get that. Be right back once again. That was actually it. I got all these special one staffs now. One staffs? Staff cores. And now there's this staff core of the primal. Well, that does sound imposing. But oh, yeah, I'm not going to do this on camera either. Be right back. Wow. My word, look at this thing. 2 primal charms, 1 rod each, and the silverwood rod. A lot of essentia, very high stability. And what does it do? It has as much storage as the silverwood rod. But it, like these individual rods, they recharge to 10% of each element, and it adds a level of potency to every thing you used, every focus. That's really amazing. I am going to try and get that, but not this episode, because that will require 1 of each of these things. Oh wow, that's going to be so flipping expensive. They all require, yeah, I don't even have ice. Well, obsidian I have plenty of. Blaze rods, reeds, bones. Oh no, that's requiring examinis, of course. Yeah, that's going to be extremely expensive. But I will try. Eventually, I will try. Regardless. Why is this? How are you doing, by the way? Oh wow, we have lots of elementum. If you keep going like that, we can actually use it as a grenade. Why aren't you draining? You son of a... I really thought I fixed it. But... apparently not. Dang it. I'll be right back. Right, so I kind of rebuilt the entire system, but it's just too broken. Can't do this properly. Because as soon as the void jar is filled, its suction drops to 32. That 32, and this has a suction of 32. So because they have equal suction, it will per definition stay right where it is. Now I'm going to test putting a normal jar in between. Maybe that will increase the suction on the system. I don't know. Maybe the suction drops to 0 actually once they are full. We can test that, I guess. Is this full? No. Who is full? Yeah, it drops to 0. So that doesn't do us any good at all either. What might actually work would be 2 things. Putting that thing over there, so it's right next to it and doesn't need the extra suction this bellow gives it. Because without the bellow it has a suction of 1, meaning it can only draw from right next to it. But that of course would require redecoration of the entire thing. Possible, just annoying. Or I could put one of those things over here. It only allows aqua anyway, and then put 2 bellows, so it will overpower that one. However, if only that was the only problem there was. Because this, for some ambiguous reason, decides to sack the Mortus and the Bestia instead of this system, where it is supposed to go. So we have the Bestia going over here, and the Mortus going over there. Actually, that might be easy to solve. Like that. Actually, that might be the entire solution to the problem. Because now it whatchamacallit? What? The Bestia and Mortus in here cannot go over there. But the problem is that if for some freak reason water, aqua or air or water or whatever is created here, it can not be extruded? I don't know what proper word is. Now I'm going to try and test it out a little bit. If it works, I will explain exactly how that thing works. If it doesn't, well then there's no real reason in me trying to explain a system that doesn't work anyway. So I'll be right back. I consider this mod to be broken, to be honest. It's completely irrational that the Bestia and Mortis goes into that thing, because this pipe has a suction of 7, whereas this has a suction of 20 and 22. So Victor should by no means go here. In this case it doesn't, by the way. But we have this thing over here. It creates Bestia and Motus. Bestia suction 124. Mortus, not Motus. Suction 124, suction 7. Why does it go that way to suction 7 pipe instead of the 124 right next to it? I mean, come on. What's the logic of that? Ah. So yeah, I have no idea how to fix that, because if it works like that, it's unfixable, really. The system was working perfectly until I decided to do crap like that. So yeah, I could explain the entire system, but it doesn't work, obviously. That really pisses me off. Which is kind of a bummer, because I planned the episode to actually work on that and explain how that all works. I thought I really figured it out finally, and in theory I have. Except that the practice just doesn't work that way. Duh. The annoyance, the annoyance. I'll be right back. Right, I have an idea. I'm noticing that there's a problem over here as well. Victor just literally doesn't want to get out. And the problem is these have a suction of 32. So over here we have 31, which is fine because 32, 31, 32, 31, 32 untyped because it isn't full yet. And this is causing because it's 33. Now where is this coming from? It's not coming from there because, well, that's 32. Which is awkward as well, by the way. That's why that jar isn't filling up, I see. And over here we have 34, 35, 36, 73. These are half. So if I do this... no. Suddenly it will fill up. So... because now this is all 15, 31, 31, like it's supposed to be. So what happened here? Well, the lamp. The lamp apparently sucks so hard, that sounded so wrong, that it just completely inhibited these. So we put another one of these to halve it once more. And we used this. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Good boy. One focus of telekinesis. So now it should, see the suction is still 74, 37. That means it will never go into that jar. Bother. Nope. If you want a tube, you could do various things. So we need it over there. Now the sucking is 36. So still won't go into that jar. Now we need to get over here. Put that over yonder. How am I going to get that? Come on. There we go. And like so. Yeah, that is the restriction one. And now 31. So it sucks from that. And sucks from this all the way. Great. Oh wow, then suddenly there's fictus and everything. So that's how that works. I'm guessing I know a solution to this, but considering it's still guessing, I'm going to try that out first, and I'll be back with you then. I literally tried everything I could imagine. Even tried placing these jars down, maybe that they would, because this can only hold one essentia at a time, that it would stop sucking the moment it was spinning. But no, that only made things worse, for no obvious reason. It still, at times, prioritizes this thing. I don't know why. It makes no sense, but it does. So, apparently 7... It should be Boolean value. Just look, if that's 18 and that's 7, then go through the 18. And not through the 7. But I guess it just picks it as random, maybe? I have no idea. But it frustrates me greatly. So in my honest opinion, it's a bit broken. Yep. It's a bit harsh to say, I know, but come on. No, just no. It's broken. How are you? 62 still. 39. 21. You might be getting too big to be drained by those two, so let's do something about that. There we go. By making this smaller, it becomes easier for the other nodes to drain essentia. And are you actually draining from this guy now? Oh, good for you. Also made a little prison for my horse. You cannot get out of these things even if you are riding them. Something I learned. But riding the horse is actually slower than just sprinting. Especially with my Wand of the Uprising, Focus of the Uprising. I mean, yeah. Horses are overrated nowadays. All those expansions did make it kind of icky around here. So I need to play some dirt around. Do a bit of terraforming, make it look a bit prettier. I do hope they fix that though. Because I can find no workaround for that. Absolutely none. I looked through the book and it didn't really give an answer either. It just said, you know, if there are multiple types of suction, it can only go for one suction, and if it's contested it will show with gas leaking. But it says nothing about similar suctions with different strengths, which we had here. So maybe I'll do some research in a creative world with it. But regardless, thank you very much for watching this quite frustrating episode for me. Now, the thing I create is ingenious if it would work. I guess I might as well explain it. Even if it doesn't work. Ideally, if it did work, we have the Victus here. Like it did last time. It just goes straight into those bottles. We have Corpus. Goes in here. This is directional, so it only goes that way. Doesn't really matter. It's just a redundancy. Goes into this thing. It spins. Goes there. Just like this. Good. And then we have the Bestia and Mortus. Like we had before. We have this thing that is new. Last time it wasn't there. It sucks from the top one. If it's Aqua, it goes in this direction. If it's Bestia, it goes into that direction, into this one. Also funnel to that. And this should go to the Motus. The Aqua follows this to the Aqua jar. And your suction is 48. Ah, good for you. That's pretty high actually. Anyway. Yeah, the meaning of this is this has suction 30. By reducing it with these things, my idea was that because this suction is lower, the Victus will choose that tube. The Potentia? No wonder Petito's going in there. How? There has never been Potentia in this system. Right. Oh, wait a minute. There might have been Potentia in this system. I don't have any directionals on me. There. Through the system back up into this. So I need to put a directional over there. Fair enough. So, and we have these, and we have this distributing. This has to have a bellow, give it section 32, so it can draw from these. Apparently a bit too good. And then it would just divide it among these three. And as well as this. Wasn't supposed to be needed. Don't think it technically is needed. I needed it for a little while because I accidentally had this tube connected to that. So Victus was streaming back into this thing, which turns it into Terra and Aqua. So yeah. And yeah, Victus goes through this tube over there. And more directional tubes to make sure it doesn't stream back. Redundancies. But that was the theory. Except that this does not work. If any of you have an idea for that, please let me know. And I will test it. Even if you might think, hey, I'm not really doing anything in this mod, so I cannot say a thing about that. But that's not necessarily true. Because if you know a bit about programming or pressure or tubing or whatever, you might just have a brilliant idea. You don't necessarily need to be Thaumic Craft expert or something like that. So if you have an idea, do not hesitate to share it, because I am interested. I want to make this work. Did I make that work? Yeah, oh nice. Anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.